of the 2024 MLB Draft Spotlight Show here over at Future Star Series Plus. I'm welcomed by one of the best bats in the country, JJ Wetherholt, West Virginia University, Gibsonia, Pennsylvania's own JJ. Welcome to the show, dude.
Thank you, man. I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. So let's jump into this. Started off how I start every episode. Not a lot of people know a lot about you, JJ, so I want you to introduce yourself to the viewers, to the listeners. Who is JJ Wetherholt? What are y'all about?
Yeah, man. So JJ Wetherholt, I'm from Mars, Pennsylvania, which is kind of interesting. We're the Fighting Planets, which is where I went to high school. I
Nice.
went to the same high school as current Pirate closer David Bednar. So his dad was my coach. So that's kind of like my claim to fame a little bit. Um, but yeah, man. I mean, I'm pretty normal. Obviously, love baseball. I love the golf and fish, and that's pretty much it. Keep life pretty simple.
I know that you are joining this podcast just half hour after getting off the golf course.
Right.
I got to ask, a lot of baseball players play golf and they play baseball as well. It's a
hmm
totally different, a lot of people don't understand this. It is a totally different swing.
Yeah.
So how has it been for you kind of taking to both and how do you balance that?
So yeah, my dad forced me to golf righty when I was younger. So I golf opposite handed. And that kind of helps me be a little bit more golfier and less baseball player out there. So it helped a lot.
There you go. Defensive versatility, kind of the name of the game. You've played a little bit of
Mhm.
outfield, but second base, third base. I want to ask, is there a position you prefer or that you're more comfortable or that you think your tools stand out best?
Yeah, I mean, I really I'm fine with playing anywhere. I think growing up, I played majority second base. So second has kind of been my home. I'm really open to like playing shortstop though and trying to get better at that too. I think I could honestly play anywhere just as long as I work to it and just keep my confidence levels up. But like for right now, um, just comfortability wise and experience wise, second's probably my best.
I love it. Can we talk a little bit about your come up? Because in
Mhm.
high school, kind of I don't want to say like lesser known, like not one of the
Right.
mega guys, not one of the mega recruited guys. You show up at West Virginia, you just perform. And then this past year, 2023, you just go gangbusters. You have a massive year, power, walks, low strikeouts, high batting average, high on base. Like you check every box. So how did you go from what you were in high school to what you are
Yeah.
today?
Yeah, so I mean, I in high school, I this was my only offer. I mean, I committed really early. Like I committed before my sophomore year even started, but at the time it was my only offer. So I would say I was like a little bit under recruited. I mean, I probably would have got some more offers as time progressed, but regardless, I think kind of committing to just took me off the eyes a little bit. Like it was just like, oh, this kid's going to West Virginia. Who knows what'll happen. But I like to think that I was a pretty good high school player. Um, and I think just when I got to school, like having the set schedule that they give us, like the coaching, the resources, everything that I have access to at school is kind of just what I needed to really keep my head straight and just put my foot down and get to work. So just being so close to facilities and coaches that know way more about me has been something that's like been so beneficial to me. And yeah, just being willing to work is just keep putting the work in and just progress, get more experience. I think that was the biggest thing with my past year was just being a sophomore is you're a lot older baseball wise than you were when you were a freshman. A freshman, you can kind of be nervous. And I was one of those, I had a good freshman year, but I was one of those kind of like timid, nervous, scared to mess up type of guys. So I think that kind of held me back. And this year I played a little bit more free and more confident.
Well, you kind of exploded this year. I mean, obviously anchored the West Virginia lineup. I don't think anybody would argue with that. But now you're thrust into Team USA and the Cape.
Mm.
What have those experiences been like for you?
It was awesome. My summer was great. It was short track just a little bit. I had like some weird hamstring, a little bit of a
Mhm.
nagging hamstring injury, but for where I was and how long I was there for, it was an amazing experience, and people took care of us, and it was great high level baseball. And Team USA was especially sweet just because you're playing against different countries, and it was just really cool to represent my country.
Did you surprise yourself at all? I mean, are you a confident guy? I thought, I see some of these guys that come in as reasonably unheralded
Yeah.
players to college baseball, and they just set the absolute world on fire. Did you surprise yourself at all with your abilities and your performance?
I think like a lot of people ask me that, and I think I always had like confidence in myself that I could be a good player in college. I had confidence that I had a chance to make an impact freshman year. That was something I really wanted to do. And there's a big reason why I committed to West Virginia. It was I wanted to go to a place where I felt like I could make an immediate impact, and thankfully I did. So, I mean, maybe definitely a little surprising, I would say, especially after this year. I probably didn't expect this year to go as well as it did. I thought this year was going to be a really good year, but yeah, maybe a little bit surprising.
Nice. I like hearing that transparency. So you mentioned the facilities, you mentioned the
Mhm.
coaching, the tech. Some guys take to technology really, really well. Hit tracks, Rapsodo, all of the different tools that you can use. Is that something that you've taken to at West Virginia? Do you like to employ it in your training?
Honestly, I'm a really big feel guy, so I don't do a ton of the trying to see like what my exit velo, launch angle, all that type of stuff is. I'll go based off feel. I'll get on the machine a lot. I mean, I do take a lot of video just trying to see like how my swing is, and that's the biggest thing is we have all our at bats recorded, whether it's like from practice or game. So we can watch those on the computer, and I'll look at that. I mean, I'll go into the side view and just try to compare and check different things and how my swing's feeling and what I did this game and what I did this game. See if there's any differences in swing. I mean, at the end of the day, most of the times, whenever it's going good versus going bad, it's all like timing related and more mental side of things than it is mechanically. But I definitely take my fair share to doing video and making sure my mechanics are good.
Okay, so as a field guy, what's your pillar? Like for me on the golf course, I have a
Mm,
pillar in my swing that it's like, okay, if things aren't going well, I got to lock into this trigger. Like what's
yeah.
your trigger?
For me, it's just like inside the baseball into left center field. Kind of like a backside line drive is my feel. If it's going bad for me, it's usually out and around the ball and kind of pull heavy, and then I'm hitting those flares to left just because my bat's not in the zone as long. And so when that happens, I kind of just like will go up there and force myself to think like just stay inside, stay inside, stay inside. Like even get jammed maybe like that's fine. Just stay inside the ball, and that'll kind of help me just get more back to middle.
What's the one at bat over the last 2 years that sticks in your head? That you maybe your favorite at bat.
I mean, so my first ever collegiate at bat, I actually hit a home run. So
That
that's
helps.
kind of yeah, that's kind of cool. And then this year I had I sprained my thumb in the middle of the year, so I was out for 5 games or so. And then we thought it was going to be like a 3 to 4 week process, and then like a week and 2 days later, we were playing TCU, and we were beating them pretty good, and my thumb was feeling all right, and it was all taped up, and couldn't really feel it. So coach let me get in that bat, and I actually hit like a bases clearing double my first game back, and the crowd got really into it, so that one was pretty cool too.
Yeah, you make it look kind of easy, dude.
I appreciate it.
All right, so moving forward, you look at you still got a whole year. We're
Right.
12 months away from the next draft. West Virginia's got a lot in front of them, but as you look towards professional baseball, who's the one pitcher you want to face?
Oh man, I mean that's a good question, but I mean, like I said, David Bednar, the closer for the Pirates. I mean, if that were to ever
Of
happen,
course,
that would just
you want
be
bragging rights on your high school coach.
too. I mean, I don't know if I want bragging rights. If I would get carved, I'd get carved and not have the biggest smile on my face. That would kind of just be a surreal moment for two guys, small town Pennsylvania, to just kind of be on the same field.
Okay, well, Bednar can't be your answer because you're a hitter. So who have you kind of maybe modeled your game after, or like whose swing do you kind of like to take to a little bit?
Um, I was a huge Robinson Cano fan growing up, actually.
Oh, there's
He
that
doesn't really
inside
play
out thing.
anymore. Yeah, but I love the way he played. I actually really love the way he played second too. With his little backhands, and he would kind of just like flick it under his glove over at first base. It was like so smooth. So that was a big guy that I like to kind of model after. And then yeah, I mean, I would honestly just say him.
So I'll leave you with this. What's your last, or maybe not your last, but what's your next developmental checkpoint? Where are you looking to get better immediately in fall ball?
I honestly, for me, I think it's just trying to stay even more level-headed. You can always add like a little bit more confidence, and for me, it's not caring about results. And when things are going good, it's really easy to be happy and be there for the guys. And you have like a 0 for 4 game, it's easy to get down on yourself. But that's something where I want to just an 0 for 4 game, whatever it is, you have a bad game, like you just short memory on the bus ride home, you're not even thinking about it. So I think that's the biggest thing, and especially in baseball, a game of failure. But just being able to have a short memory is something that I could probably work on.
All right, man. So how about this? You got one walk-up song for the rest of
Hmm.
your life, 25 years. You can't change it, so don't regret it. What's the song?
Oh, that's tough. I I'm not good with walk up songs at all, but I actually I do I usually keep one from last year and then change one to another one. So the one that I did last year was it's not a popular song at all, but it's called Quick by Caleb Gordon. Um and then maybe something country though, because country kind of gets me hype. I don't know though. Yeah, honestly, that's a tough
20,
one.
25 years, a long time,
Yeah,
huh?
that's a tough one.
All right. This is always going to be the toughest question for anybody that joins my show, but I'm going to ask it anyways. You've been on Team USA, you've been on the Cape, you've played for West
Mhm.
Virginia, you've met a million dudes over the last few years. You got one guy who no chance they're dating your sister. Who's he going to be?
No chance. Ay, ay, ay. I gotta think. It's got to be somebody from school just because I know him better. Um, there's almost too many options, but I also don't want to throw anyone under the bus.
Well, Landon
Um,
Wallace has moved on now, so
yeah, I mean, nah, he's a good dude. I uh, I'll go with this kid, the catcher, and not even because he's a bad dude, he's a great dude, but his name's Dane Leonard, and I actually love that kid. And that would just be more because he's like one of my best friends, and I just wouldn't be able to deal with like my best friend and you
yep.
know that. But
Yeah.
he's a great dude, so
Episode 3 is gonna have to be Dame Leonard. Sorry
yeah.
to hear about it, man.
Yeah.
I think you're next. JJ Wetherholt, thank you so much for joining the MLB Draft Spotlight Show. We appreciate you, man. Go have a big 2024 season. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.